Hey, what's up, guys? This week, we put you on game. We tell you everything that you need to know about the Olympics happening in Tokyo this year and the Fuck Fest.
Speaking about that, we get into porn genres and connect that to social media. How are they connected? How is OnlyFans connected with amateur, reels, shorts, TikTok? How are they all connected? And then check this out. Not only am I going to look directly right here, but I have a teleprompter, and we discuss if we can read off of teleprompters. Although they move really fast, I'm able to maintain my eye contact, my vision, read everything off the dot. We end talking about Instagram, the future changes. They're no longer a photo sharing app. This teleprompter is moving really fast, but I'm still maintaining eye focus. And then, well, we end it there, but we'll be back next week. Hi, thank you. The weather's going to be 7. Wait, what the fuck? Hey, my teleprompter. Hey. 3, 2, 1. Yo, what up, everybody? Pedro, Steven, 2 mics. Steven, you mentioned something about keeping it relevant to the times and speaking about what's happening on now. So what do you got?
The Olympics are about to start. The athletes are starting to arrive to the Fuck Fest called the Olympic Village.
Okay.
I saw a report that the first athlete has tested positive for COVID. I wouldn't say it puts the whole event in jeopardy, but it does raise concerns that it's gonna spread like wildfire. Since Olympic Village is known to be a straight up fuck fest.
Whoa, wait, hold on.
And when I say fuck fest, I mean fuck fest.
Hold on. All right. I think I know what Olympic Village is, but what's Olympic Village?
So where the Olympics take place, it takes place across like a country, when there's all these stadiums that they build, and it's all relevantly close to each other. Olympic Village is basically like, it's not a hotel, but like this block sectioned off that's just for the athletes, where they build restaurants, performance centers, like athletic centers, so they can train, rest, do all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like dorms, but we're like the best of the best. People that qualify for the Olympics show up, and it's a fucking frenzy.
Yeah, it's pretty much the best. I don't want to say dorms, but it's their own little private hotel. Is it built?
There's not one hotel. It's like this whole, because there's so many countries that show up, so many different sports and all that. But it's like the Strip in Vegas. If it was blocked off, nobody can get in unless you have the right credentials.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mainly just athletes, maybe coaches. But it's a straight up fuck fest, and you don't have to pay for shit.
Yeah, and is it built for them? Is it like temporarily built for them, or they? Okay.
Well, everything in the Olympics is temporarily built. When the Olympic Committee picks the next host, then like that host city will start to just pour in a bunch of money into building the the stadiums and all the places where they're actually going to compete, because it's going to bring in a lot of money from the fans, from sales, from all this stuff.
Yeah. I remember a while ago when they were talking, when was Brazil? 2016 or was it 2012? Brazil
World Cup?
Is it the World Cup or was it the Olympics?
No, Olympics was...
Okay, I don't know if it was the World Cup or the Olympics, but I remember the same thing. They built their own little Olympic village, or I think it might have been the stadium. I remember that there was a big outpour of the Brazilian people at the time, because they were saying that people from all over the world, there's a lot of publicity for Brazil, for that specific region where they're at, because it's the Olympics. So everyone's excited, everyone's hyped, and then it gets a lot of attention. So a lot of tourists go, a lot of people from different countries, which is good for them. But then they were complaining, yeah, we get this temporary boost, but then when they leave, we're left with just this stadium that no one's ever going to use. And I remember looking at kind of like how fashion has their own little magazines. There's one specifically for architecture, and every once in a while you pop in and just see the latest like materials that they're using in some of the latest buildings. I was reading the article and they said they're thinking about turning that stadium into not favelas, but like little housing buildings. I don't know how they were going to do it. I believe it was like the bird's nest, the one in China, I think it was. It's the where they had the Olympics, but it's called the bird's nest because it looks like a bird's nest. On the outside, it's this big like an oval type that kind of, it's not 100% flat. It's kind of like wavy. It kind of resembles a bird's nest, the stadium in Brazil is kind of like that, this big circular thing, and they were gonna turn that into houses somehow. I don't know if they ever did it.
Controversy I knew of is that pretty sure it is also for the same place in Brazil for the same event, which I do believe it was the World Cup. That the World Cup was approaching very fast, and the stadiums weren't done yet.
I remember when we went to Japan and we were arriving or leaving. I don't remember if we were arriving or leaving, but we saw Olympics 2021 Tokyo.
2020, but yeah.
Oh, 2020, yeah. 2020. And I was like, oh shit, we're here visiting 2020 Olympics. And then they got canceled.
I remember we were talking shit too, like, oh, hell yeah, we should totally come back. 2 years, that'll give us enough time.
So wait, where are the Olympics? Are they being held this year?
Yeah.
In Tokyo, so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Weren't they going to have them in Los Angeles?
2028. I really feel like we're messing up the Olympics and the World Cup.
We probably are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we are.
Yeah, because I know Qatar was picked, and everyone was like bitching because it's like over 190% of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They're ridiculously hot, and they're like, fuck that. But that might also be the World Cup. So I don't know.
Do you know the difference between a continent and a state?
I would like to think so, yes.
All right, quick question. What's the smallest continent?
Smallest continent? Don't know. That could be misleading too.
Yeah, it was.
Because the maps... Fun fact, I actually just learned this, that the maps are drawn to cater to like Western civilization. What is it? South America is like 3 times as big as North America, or almost as big as Greenland or Iceland. But that the way they draw it on the map, they don't draw it as big. They draw it smaller or the same size as North America, so it doesn't make North America look small.
Well, then that's not an accurate map, because aren't the maps supposed to be drawn in proportion to the scale that they use?
Technically, but if you look at the sides of the scale, the lines differ. They're not cut directly. So you'll see like parts of the map were like this, and then they like small ass letters will label this like distance changes on the maps, on the globes and stuff.
So it's meant to make North America look powerful, I guess, or meant to look the biggest in the map, on the map.
Keyword to make it look like we're powerful. If you make us look small on the map, then we don't reflect that image that we try and give off.
Well, the answer to that was Australia, and I didn't know it either. I was confused when I heard it. I just heard it online watching some streamer, and they said, "Quick, what's the smallest continent?" I said, and I was thinking about, and then I was thinking, shit, is this a continent or is this a state? And then they're like,
Hold on,
nope.
Do you know what a state is?
The definition, though.
Oh.
I mean, I know states, the individual names, but I know they're parts that make up the continent. But
yeah, but I feel like you're missing one in between.
Wasn't it just continents, the 7, and then
then
they're individual
are like
states?
These big masses of land.
Yeah,
and they contain many countries in them.
Oh, countries.
And many countries have
states. Yeah,
their own states, then cities, then.
That's where I got confused with countries and continents. Because then I was thinking, what's the difference between a country and a continent? But then I know that there's 7 continents. So then I was thinking, then what's a country? Like, is the United States a country? Well, no.
Yeah.
It's a continent.
No.
But it's
the United States.
No, it's North America.
North America is a continent.
United States is the country, right?
Yeah.
So then Canada would be another country, which is part of North America.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I got a little confused.
Got a little dicey for you right for a second.
I'm sorry, am I in 5th grade geography?
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Are we renaming the show right now?
Honestly, I think I'd kill it there. Nah, you know what? If you really think about it, that's an unfair advantage, because those kids, they technically, what the questions that they asked, they're already learning them.
Yeah, and we would have already learned it.
Yeah, but just because we learned it already doesn't mean we still remember it.
Just because they learn it right now doesn't mean they're fully paying attention.
No, I feel like those kids are prepared. I agree with that, but I feel like those kids, they come in prepared. I don't want to say they get coached, but I think they have some kind of refresher before that show starts.
I would assume you're given a list of potential categories you might be asked, and you just have to like review everything, and then they'll ask you like one question That's like a small portion of those categories.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could all just be scripted. Because it's TV. You never know. This show could be scripted. In fact, we could be reading off a teleprompter right there, right now.
You think you could read off a teleprompter?
Nope. I tried that TikTok.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
How hard was it?
It's pretty hard. I also, my first time trying it, I went to the Ronald Reagan Library. They had a teleprompter in front, and they're basically the word started for one of Ronald Reagan's famous speeches.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't keep up.
Before you go any further, what was the TikTok teleprompter challenge? Or what was that about?
Oh, some news lady would film TikToks about her day and be like, "Oh, day in my life and my job, whatever." And then she showed the teleprompter, and then people started commenting like, "Oh, this is cool. Show us what it says on the screen." And then it just led up to her splitting the screen, showing what the teleprompter is reading, and then her just following. And she's like, "Then this is slow. Let me." And then she would like play it again, playing it at the normal speed, and she's just on it.
Oh, so that Ronald Reagan one, they have a teleprompter there of his speech. How fast was it going? Was it going like the TikTok slow version or like the normal version?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I just know I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think I'd be able to read it, but not make it sound natural. So reading, like,
you would be able to read it out loud?
Probably, but I wouldn't, because, all right, for the teleprompter, I'm assuming you have to look at the camera.
You can speak as fast as you read?
In my head, I don't know.
That's different. If I wasn't talking, I was reading it.
I need to see how fast it goes, because if there was a teleprompter right there, I could read it, but then when they actually do it, they're reading it, but without, I don't want to say they don't break eye contact, but they make it look natural. Like those news anchors?
Well, because it's right under the camera. So it looks like you're looking into the camera, but you're actually reading.
Yeah, but if you notice every once in a while, you could see them do this. If you can see kind of my eyes, they're kind of going left and right. And then even something else that makes it more noticeable is when they're doing left and right, and then they do this. They do that little subtle look up because they're reading off it, and then they go look up.
Have you ever seen what it looks like?
Just TV shows and videos of it. I've never actually seen one.
I feel like you're thinking you're reading off of a page where your eyes have to go from left to right. This is big enough where you're seeing portions of the sentence at a time.
Yeah, and then it's sliding up. It's going up.
So your eyes aren't going left to right. You're seeing. I think the breaks are when you have to breathe.
Does it break on its own, or do you have to kind of anticipate the break?
You just read it, and I'm sure they like prep and all that, but
yeah,
essentially they just read it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to make it sound natural, and I don't think I'd be able to read it, make it sound natural, and keep like the eye contact without it looking super weird.
I don't know. Maybe they do break eye contact and look in the camera. Or maybe they're not supposed to look in the camera.
True.
I don't know. When's the last time you actually watched the news?
Middle school.
Yeah, and
it's been
realistically, I think you're kind of going based off of TV, where they're not actually reading the teleprompter. They have their lines memorized so they can look into the camera.
There's no way they have the lines memorized. You think?
No. I think you're thinking of TV and movies.
Oh,
where
I see.
The actor has their lines memorized, so that's why they're not actually reading the teleprompter and they're looking straight into the camera, making you think that they're talking into you. Because since the last time you actually watched the news was in middle school, I don't think at that time you were actually like looking at their eyes, seeing if their eyes were going left or right.
Yeah.
So I think if we look something up right now, we probably might see all the things we wouldn't think we would see.
Yeah. I wonder if the news ratings, well, I'm sure they've gone down, but I wonder how down they've gone since social media specifically.
It doesn't really matter because it's all fake.
So I'm sure there's some parts that are obviously fake, but I think it's more they avoid talking about some things and focus on talking about other things. Because I feel like when my parents watched it, it would be more for information. And as time went on, it was more for ratings.
I don't know. I feel like our parents, being the ethnicity that they are, the news they watch is all fucking, where they just show you the worst of the worst that happened. And then you ask them, hey, can I go do this? No. I saw on the TV. This stuff happens whenever you do that. It's all bad.
I love watching those videos where it's someone like showing a video of Spanish news specifically, and there's always the it's kind of just like regular like United States news or North American news, Fox, ABC, where there's the people sitting on the desk, obviously, and then the weather person, either guy or girl. But in Spanish news, it's always some girl with the
Fatty.
fat dumpy. And then she always does like specific turns. It's like, okay, it's weird because they're like, hi, and today, and if this was where the green screen was, hi, so today we're gonna have high degrees, and they're saying in Spanish, high degrees of 60s, and then they do some turn this way where their like ass faces the camera, and then they like rotate this way when they could clearly just walk this way, but they do like a turn. And then they always like turn sideways where you could see their side profile, but specifically like their hips and their ass pop out.
Shout out Yanet Garcia. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, yeah?
God, I'm surprised you knew it. Sure?
Oh yeah. Bruh, she started that trend.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. So when is she still around or not anymore?
Nah, she took that momentum and made something out of herself.
She was the OG with the fat dumpy?
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was this?
Early social media days. Actually, early Instagram days. Probably like 2011, 2012. When I first remember seeing her. Now she does all the sponsorships on her Instagram. And
yeah, it's not too long ago.
Those weather girl days are behind her.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
All right, while we're on like the social media thing, I feel like we always revolve somehow back to social media, but I have a hot take. OnlyFans, you're aware of it?
OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the website, everyone knows OnlyFans. It's kind of like a joke, kind of meme where people say that if you're a hot or attractive girl, you can just go on OnlyFans and make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the most popular type of porn?
Stuck porn.
Wait, what? Steven, first of all, I believe that's referred to as step bro.
No, it's actually a thing.
Is it really?
Yeah, where the girl's doing something and she gets stuck and then somebody comes and fucks you.
Yeah.
But it's like where you're just like, bitch, just put your ass down and you can fucking get out. But they're just like, oh. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of realistic. Like, okay, they actually got stuck, but then they just started to get like ridiculous. Like, oh, my hand got stuck in between the couch. It's stuck. Or like, it would get stuck. Like, their body, their front half would get stuck under like the sink, where they're stuck, but not really. No, not stuck. Stuck porn. I didn't even know that was a label for it. It's amateur, and I think that OnlyFans is kind of like a resemblance. Is not a resemblance. It's similar to amateur, where amateur is just basically someone with a camera, just recording them, and it's live.
Not necessarily live.
Hold on. Let me rephrase that. Not live. It's homemade, is what I meant to say. Where there's no big production in it. Because I remember early on, around my my younger days, when I first started getting into the dark web, there was this one channel or this one network called Brazzers. You're aware of Brazzers, right?
I'm an investor.
You seem like a Brazzers savant. Alright, now what made Brazzers different from all the rest of them that I was looking at the time was most of the other ones, A Street Latinas, Mr. Asian Choose Beavers, I can name a couple more, but they were all produced. Brazzers was highly produced. Not only was it highly produced, but it was also scripted to the point where, like, when it first came out, it was kind of cool because it was new. Because all the rest of them, they were trying to be like half produced, half real, where it could kind of happen, but not really. But Brazzers was just like straight up scripted from the beginning. And then the girls, ridiculous, like plastic surgery, like you knew their asses and their tits were 1000% fake. And then as that kept going on, I think people just got bored of it because it was like, okay, it's another highly produced thing. Kind of like when there's eras in movies where there's the westerns. We didn't really get to experience them, but like the westerns, and then later on there's like the mafia movies, and then I think we were there for the sports movies, like 2000 to 2010. There was a big influx of sports movies, and they were
Okay.
really cool. There's like eras of like where things pop up, and I think Brazzers, well, they had like a little era, and I think right now we're going through an era of homemade, not just in porn specifically, but also in social media where TikTok is blowing up. It's easy, and it's actual people like making these little videos instead of these highly produced like YouTube skits. Not that there's not a place for them, but I feel like the homemade stuff in porn or in social media, just overall, the homemade stuff is really
It feels more
popping
real.
off. Yeah.
Huh. I never seen it like that. I always see like, shut the fuck up. No one cares who you are. No one cares what you have to say. I'm just a hater.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going through I should say a renaissance of amateur. An amateur
The
renaissance.
social media revolution.
Yeah. In the beginning with social media, the highly produced stuff, and those Instagram clips where it's like someone with like photography or videos or some kind of art, and it's super produced. You can tell that it took like 36, 48 or a week to make this shot. And at the time when it first came out, it was super popular. It was cool. Like, shit, look at the lights, look at the camera movement, look at everything. And as time has gone on, now I feel like it's just that TikTok stuff that just post it, make it real fast. I feel like that's popular. And then who knows for how long, but right now it's definitely popping off. Not just like reflecting social media, but in porn as well. Porn is life, is what I'm saying.
Shit. So we're moving the podcast to OnlyFans?
You know what's funny? There's actually there's a photographer I follow who has an OnlyFans, but he uses it like Patreon.
Which I think a lot of people use that platform for the same stuff you use Patreon in. I think they were like reporting that the adult entertainment is like make up only a small portion of like their creators.
Which I'm surprised because the stigma around it is it's for people who get naked and do a bunch of, I should say it, I guess just have sex on that and show their bodies, promiscuous pictures, promiscuous videos, and that's the stigma behind OnlyFans. But I've seen a couple people that don't do any of that. Have you thought about signing up to anyone's OnlyFans?
Yeah, mine.
I'm gonna have to have a hard pass on that. It's just not my type. I'm
And
sorry.
you see it every day. I practice. I've thought about it. I'm like, I want to see what it's about, but I can't get myself to pay.
I've came close a couple times.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Sick.
a couple times. I'm not gonna say who, but I came close.
I'll tell you for who.
I'll say when I came close to signing up to Belle Delphines once.
Belle Delphine. That's the bathwater girl.
Yeah. I came kind of close
she's
at one
hot.
point.
I don't think she's hot. I wouldn't go for her.
Wait. All right. Then, if you were to subscribe to someone's OnlyFans, what would be the reason you subscribe? Like, what are you looking for? Is what I'm asking for. You looking for butt? You looking for ass? You looking for personality? Like, what's the first thing you look for if you were to subscribe specifically?
It would have to be. I would just think she's really hot.
Put that in like cuteness, like someone
I guess. Yeah.
cute or hot, I guess.
Mm.
But I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Yeah. The reason I came to that, I guess, conclusion was the videos that I've been making. For the podcast specifically, I've been making the reels, TikTok, and the shorts. So those, and I've told you this already, but just gonna say it again. For some reason, those videos get hundreds to thousands of views, more than the ones that take me 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, 6 hours to make. And it just made me think, why the same video? And there was times when I experimented with putting, the same video on the feed and then make it into a TikTok or a reel, into like a short vertical video. And it was like one got 7 views, the other one got 500, 200 views. And I was like, it's the same thing, but it's just the way that it's delivered. And I think what it has to do with is when you have a reel, short, or what's the other one? Or TikTok, you don't have to commit to watching it. Because I've seen people watch it where they're holding their phone and they're watching the TikTok and they see it and then swipe. They'll sit down, watch 2-3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Haha, funny, like, swipe. but I think you don't have to commit to it, so you could just move real fast. Whereas with the feed, you could still swipe up, but I think it's less of a commitment to watch the whole thing. Reels and TikTok, they're meant to be fast, short, and then that's it. Whereas other ones, there's a little bit more investment that you have to do to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why they're popular. Just the quickness and the non-commitment that you have when you're watching the video. Unless you actually follow someone, then that's different. You're there for them. For Instagram, do you post pictures on your Instagram?
Rarely.
Videos, stories. How do you use it?
Just look at stuff. I rarely use it to post myself. I'll just post stories, like what I'm doing. But it's mainly been more to like post gym to give the gym publicity.
Right.
Because then the gym repost it. Since I'm kind of used to like just pulling out the phone and then starting to record doing that, then like I have seen myself do it in other instances, but rarely do I kind of show my face.
So you're just showing what's around you.
Or like I'm more behind the scenes. It's odd because as of late I've been actually wanting to take more pictures. So I don't know. Maybe that'll change, but yeah, I don't really have a specific style.
Yeah, how you use it. You came in at the wrong time. The CEO of Instagram said they're no longer a photo sharing app. That's what he said. Because I was looking up like Instagram, like marketing, podcast marketing, just Instagram stuff. Because the reels have been doing good, but I was wondering why aren't the photos and like the other stuff doing good? He came out with a IGTV Live where he said we're no longer a photo sharing app. We're going to focus on videos, creators, shopping, and there was another one. But basically, they're moving away from photos and going to focus on videos and creators. Shopping and messaging. Messaging was the other one, which is kind of shocking.
Have you updated the messaging?
I don't think so.
I haven't done it. But apparently, it's supposed to link just like the Facebook Messenger. So you can get it straight to your phone instead of being on the app. And I was like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to merge it.
I might maybe later on down the road, but not right now. But it's just funny how you had a Snapchat before, right? Do you remember when stories came out for Snapchat? I remember when Instagram took it. I feel like they're doing that again with Patreon. So they're gonna have like a subscription model like Patreon. You know how Patreon has... Patreon obviously started as a creator goes there and then they upload videos, photos, or whatever, and you're basically supporting them. They're going to start adding monetization for people who make videos on Instagram.
It's going to work until they start kicking people off for posting stuff that they don't want.
Yeah.
Because now people that are posting like the SOS Cuba stuff, their shit's getting deleted and they're getting notices that their accounts are going to be deleted. And it's just regular people, not even famous people. You're violating terms of community use and all that shit.
Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be some regulation, but it just depends. It just feels like sometimes when they add some kind of regulation to it, sometimes they just kick you out for no reason. Kind of like when they kicked out the doc out of Twitch. He was streaming on Twitch for a long time and they kicked him out. And there was a lot of rumors and speculation. He's doing this, he's doing that. Oh, he did something really illegal. And then no one really knew. And to this day, they still don't really know. And he says he doesn't know, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. And they kicked him off of Twitch and sent him over to YouTube. Well, he was forced to go to YouTube. I wonder how they're going to regulate it on Instagram. If it's going to be more loose like YouTube or it's going to be strict like Twitch.
I don't know. I feel like YouTube's also very, I guess about certain things.
Yeah. The one thing I do like about YouTube is that they do give you warnings on like strikes before they actually like just ban you. Depending on like the seriousness of whatever you do. But on Twitch they can just kick you out for no reason. And
Is that what they did to Aiden Ross?
I think that was actually, I'm not sure why he got kicked out. I know he got kicked out of Twitch, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah, he called it permaban.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, they kicked him out indefinitely.
That's like short term for permanent ban.
No, wait, it's coming back to me. I remember. No, not that he did anything, but
talk about some underage person?
No. I remember
Something bad?
he tweeted about it, and the way he was making it seem like he was getting perma banned, but what it actually was a temporary ban. Permanent ban means you're permanently banned. But
what do you do?
No idea. But I remember
He's the GTA dude, no?
Not that I'm aware of. Doesn't he just make videos and do like a podcast type show where he brings on people and
who's the famous role play for then?
Like a band?
No, the Grand Theft Auto, the one that runs that GTA world.
There's a lot. I can't really say there's. Oh, the one that runs it?
Yeah.
Coil?
No, because I don't know. For some reason I thought it was Aiden, dude.
No. I think Aiden's just a YouTuber / Twitch streamer who I believe he just makes kind of live videos, kind of vlog style or interview style with different types of people. Goes out, does a vlog style YouTube video. I don't really know too much about him. I've just heard him from from people that I watch kind of talking about him. But I think Instagram's at it again. They're taking like stuff from Patreon. And speaking about Twitch, they're actually gonna, you know how you could live stream on Instagram? Have you ever seen Twitch when they give you donations and they give you this thing called bits, which is, it's money in the form of what it's called like bits? I think Instagram said they're gonna implement that sometime this year, where it's similar to Twitch's like bits and donation program.
And you can cash it out for cash, or is it like
Yeah, I think it's connected to your PayPal.
Instagram money.
I think they're gonna make
crypto
something similar.
IG coin.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be a flop.
You wouldn't invest?
Fuck no. I'd be investing behind the scenes. They need some power to run all those servers.
I did hear that a lot of the crypto graphics cards are going on the market right now.
Nvidia, that 4-to-1 stock split. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you invested in it, didn't you?
Early too.
Wait, early hasn't it been a company that's been around?
Yeah, but before it got crazy, like they were like on this upward path for a while, and I got in when it was barely like.
Wait, so you invested early and you just got approved, or you just invested now?
What are you talking about? You don't have to get approved to invest. You just have to open a investment account, and then you can put your money where you want to put it. If there's shares available to purchase.
For some reason, I thought there was isn't there sometimes companies don't allow you to invest in them because they're holding it for just because they don't want you to?
No, if they're a public trading company, you can.
For some reason, I thought they were private. I don't know why. Yeah, never mind.
No.
Never mind. I was gonna ask you how much did you get, but can you say that?
I could.
Do you want to?
I don't want to.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say. No, you don't have to. All right.
Because I'm broke, everybody. Don't listen to me. And that's where I wink right here.
Anyways, I think we'll save some more stuff for next time. Do you have anything else you want to bring up?
No. Go USA. Olympics 2020.
2021?
Technically, but all the labels still say 2020.
Yeah. You'll see how that plays out, and then that's it. Then I have nothing else. So if you're watching YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you watch, thank you for watching. And if nothing else, then see you guys next time.
Our cheaters are better than your cheaters.
Bye.